TunePocket.com. TunePocket.com.
Good day to everyone out there, and welcome to the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. And let's not waste no time. Let's get right to it. So I was driving down the highway yesterday, and as I was driving down the highway, something just entered into my head just very randomly, okay? This feeling just entered my head, okay, as I was driving down. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, okay? And driving down the highway, and all of a sudden it just hit me. That this feeling of living with regret, this feeling that I have of living with regret, my whole life, just hit me out of nowhere, okay? And so then it just, not only did it hit me, it just hit me hard. And along with that regretful feeling came a huge wave of depressive feelings, okay? And I said, okay, hold up. Okay, hold up, okay? Give that feeling 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Just let that feeling stay there, okay? Then give it 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And see if it was a temporary feeling, or if it's still there after 10 to 15 minutes, that's a long feeling. So 10 to 15 minutes pass, and lo and behold, what do you know? It wasn't there. That feeling wasn't there anymore. Okay. And so, but that really got me thinking as I was continuing to drive down the highway. It really got me thinking. Do you live with a lot of regret? No. Is my life considered a failure? After that feeling passed, when you deal with depression, severe depression, as I so often do, even to this day, going all the way back to the end of high school, and probably during high school, you start to ask yourself, is my life a failure? Okay. Is my life a failure? And you start looking back at some of the stuff that happened over the course of your life. And look at certain situations that you wish you could have handled better. Say, I wish I handled that better. Maybe I wouldn't be in this depressive state that I am in, that I am currently always in. I remember a counselor told me that I told her everything, okay? And And I've said this before, but I've told a counselor everything I was feeling. Okay. And she said it seems like that you have been lifelong depressed. Okay. You've had a lifelong depression has sort of gripped you. And I said, yeah, yeah, I guess you can say, hey, that. Um, there's been a lifelong depression because, you know, when you feel like you don't matter to anyone, when you have that feeling of not, of you don't matter to anyone, then, yeah, there's going to be a lifelong depression there. Um, just keeping it real. I didn't. I never thought I mattered that much to my family. I didn't thought I mattered that much to friends. I didn't even think I really even mattered that much to my walk committee people that I work with, who are now friends of mine. Okay, I didn't think I really even mattered to them. Okay, I thought I really didn't matter to none of them. Okay, and that's the feeling of just being severely depressed. It's like you want to disappear, but you just want to be found. Okay. It's like you want to disappear, but in reality, you just want to be found. Okay. So, when you have a feeling of not being important to people, um, then you start to question, well, what's the point of living? What's the point of living? What's the point of living? What's the point of living if I don't matter to anybody? It's that same question that's stuck in your head every day. It's the same question that's stuck in your head every day. And it's stuck in your head and it's like torture. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? And so when you start questioning what's the point of life, you start questioning what's the point of this? What's the point of that? You'll do anything to escape mental pain, okay? You'll do anything to escape mental pain or just silence that mental pain that you're in. For some people, they turn to fentanyl. Some people, they turn to meth. In my case, I turn her to porno. Some people turn to materialism. Okay. So then, when it doesn't give you the relief you need, and the mental pain is amplified, that's when the thought of suicide comes in. That's when the thought of suicide comes in. Okay. So, there was a situation that occurred last year. Okay. And it occurred right around August of last year. Okay. And just going to be honest with you all, just going to be honest and transparent. I met somebody on Instagram in August of 2022 last year. Okay. And they had on their profile, Jesus love her. Okay. So we started talking, messaging back and forth. Then it went from messaging to Google Chat. Then she started asking me for my honey. Which was weird. Gave it to her. Then she started asking for more and more and more and more. Then it took me to the end of October into early November for me to say, this bitch is scamming me. This bitch is scamming me. Fuck her. And I cut her off. And I cut her off. And she got high desperate. Okay. So she's asking me for money all the time, which really interfered with one of the events that I'm really passionate about. The suicide prevention walk that happened in August of 2020. Not August of 2022, but it happened in October 2022. Okay. So I'm halfway here and I'm halfway here. 50% over here, having the time of my life at the Memphis Walk. 50% over here, headache. Okay. Because of what I'm going through. Okay. So I was able to shift my focus to 50% here for a few minutes. Then it would all shift back to the other 50%. Okay. Nonetheless, after talking to a few family friends, they were like, yeah, I got, okay. And I remember questioning myself in every sense of the way. I was saying to myself, how the fuck could you be so incredibly stupid to even allow that situation to happen? You see, I'm very hard on myself, okay? Mentally, I'm very hard on myself. And I was hard on myself after that situation. Mentally. Just kept asking questions all the time. How the fuck could you be so incredibly stupid as to even to fall for that? And that really broke me. And that really broke me right there. That completely broke me. And you want to know what I did? How I responded to that? To avoid these questions being in my head, questioning myself for being stupid. I went into the kitchen and I started to look at knives to see which one was the sharpest. Because I felt about that low. And that was humiliating as hell. And I wanted to end my life in the worst way possible. My coworkers didn't know it. My family didn't know it. My friends didn't know it. But I knew it. As far as that was concerned, that was the final. And it confirmed everything that I thought about myself at her situation. That situation kind of confirmed everything I thought about myself. Or, yeah, you're stupid, man. You're weak. You're simple. What's the point of life, man? You just got scammed out of thousands of dollars. End your life right now. End your life right now, man. So so there was some heavy suicidal ideation in the following months. Okay, there was some heavy suicidal ideation in the following months. Not only was there heavy suicidal ideation, there were times where I couldn't get the question out of my head. How could you be so dumb? How could you be so dumb? How could you be so dumb? Okay. And I was broken. I was broken for a few months there. I was really broken. I was really broken. Shattered, so to speak. Because you got to pick yourself up piece by piece mentally. Because you're just shattered. You just shattered mentally. And you just feel helpless. You just feel helpless. You feel helpless. Not only do you feel helpless, you feel hopeless. Okay. And so, yeah, I just didn't want to be here no more. I just didn't want to be here no more. And it takes a lot of strength for you to say no. It takes a lot of strength to say no. Just survive one more day. Just survive one more day. Okay? You know, often, before that situation happened, with the scammer and whatnot, not only do you question the decisions, you question your life, you question your whole life. And as I said earlier, that situation just kind of confirmed everything I thought about myself during that time, during that rough stretch right there. Okay. And after that, started to say hey to myself, you might as well go ahead and quit, man. You might as well quit life, man. You might as well quit hit life. No. You don't matter to anybody. You don't matter to that scammer. You don't matter to your family. You don't matter to you don't matter to you know, he, she, you don't matter. Period. You don't matter to anyone or anything. Then there got a lot of You got to have a lot of reassurance to know that you matter. Okay? It takes a lot of reassurance just to even feel like you matter. Okay? And not only did I want to be here anymore, did I not want to be here anymore. I actually dreamed about what people would be saying when I was gone. I dreamed about what my coworkers would be saying. I dreamed about what my friends would be saying. I dreamed about what my family would be saying. Okay. That's how dark depression is, okay? This is how dark it gets when you have depression, okay? And I know there were a lot of people who wondering about me, who wonder about my mental state and still probably to this day wonder about my mental state to this very day. But when you can't see your way out, when it's dark and you can't see your way out, there is no light. And when you're at the end of your rope, and something as potentially backbreaking as that situation happens, it starts as you think it's going to be over. Then you want it to be over. Then you start looking for ways for it to be over. Okay? I cannot tell you the number of times that I dreamed that my parents would come in and find me dead after I ended my life. That's how dark and cold depression is. That's how bad it gets. I used to keep a knife under my bed. Kept a knife under my bed for years. I can remember I was having an argument. 2011. 2010, 2011. Way back when. No. Having an argument with my ex-girlfriend. Pulled out the knife and self-harmed. That's how bad he gets with the oppression. I poured hot water on myself. That's how bad it gets with the oppression. Tried to light myself on a fire. That's how bad it got for me. And that's how bad it gets when you have depression. And again, when you're in a dark place and you don't see light, hey, that's how bad it got. That's how bad it got for me when I was younger. That's how bad it got for me as I got a little older. That's how bad it got for me in 2012. Through all out the rest of the 2010s. That's how bad it got. And it gets bad. And when it's dark, you see no end in sight. There ain't no light at the end of the tunnel. Especially when you're in a dark place. You see no light at the end of the tunnel. And when you see no light at the end of the tunnel, you say, hey to yourself, there is no light at the end of the tunnel, so it's just going to stay dark. It's just going to stay dark. And you begin to accept it. And you begin to accept it that there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And I had accepted that. I accepted that there was no hope for me. I had accepted the fact that I was a nobody. I accepted the fact that I was worthless. I accepted the fact that I was an embarrassment to everyone. I accepted the fact that I was a failure. And once you accept all these things, there's only one thing left to do. And I don't need to tell you what it is. And I had accepted all of that. Now, I talked about the other day putting yourself out of a dark place mentally. Okay. So, you got to consistently pull yourself out of that dark place mentally. Okay. No. I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better today. Okay. I'm a lot better today. But these feelings of darkness, these feelings of dark, depressive thoughts can come up on you at any time and anywhere. So it's like mentally you're on call 24/7. You're on call mentally 24/7 to be on the lookout. Okay, so not only do you have to be on call 24/7, it is just so draining with these symptoms, with these thoughts in your head. Okay, it's draining. And it sucks the life right out of you. Because once you pull yourself out of that dark place, you're too exhausted to do anything else. Because you spend all your energy pulling yourself up out of the dark place. And you have energy for nothing else. But that's how bad it gets. That's how bad it gets. And it got real bad for me. So bad that I almost didn't make it. Here I am, though. Here I am. All right. That's it. That's all for the Sean Farrell podcast. I'm out of here. God bless. Peace.